I'm Heath West. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for coming in. It's the Club Braman Performance Theater with our next wave of country series. I'm Heath with Wave 92.7, and we love having brand new artists to come in here and perform for you guys. You get to meet them. You get to hear brand new music first before they hit it big. We've got another performance coming up tomorrow with a new duo named Everett, so I encourage you to come back tomorrow. You can sign up for that on our websites at wave927.com, in the Palm Beaches at wave933.com. But this next act, it's actually two different acts performing together. They're on Show Dog Records, which is owned by Mr. Big Dog Daddy himself, Toby Keith. And I know she's heard this a million times, but it's cool to note that one of the performers is the daughter of Toby Keith. Please welcome, first of all, Kyle, the guitarist, along with Lance Carpenter, and Krystal Keith, ladies and gentlemen.
Howdy, y'all.
Y'all ready to listen to some new tunes? Hey. Lance and I have, I'll kind of give some background while they're setting up guitars. We started writing together in 2016, so we've been writing together a few years, and we wrote a couple songs together, and I ended up cutting one of them you'll hear today that was our first song just to write with the two of us, and I like to call it the catalyst of all of this that we've had going on the last year. But
that's not the name of the song, but
no. But it just kind of kicked off. He was in the studio with me, and we ended up recording a duet that you'll hear in a little bit. But this first song, we kind of were playing around with some other duets that we could do out on the road, and didn't want to do a cover. We wanted to do something we could record and release to you guys at some point if it worked out. And this is one of those songs. And I sent it to him and said, "Hey, what do you think about this one?" It had gotten pitched to me. And I sent it over. I liked it, so I sent it over and tell them what you said.
I said I like it a lot. I wrote it. She didn't know I was a writer on it.
Yeah, I didn't know. It was pitched to me by a different writer's publisher, so she didn't tell me.
With me.
He said, he was like, "Yeah, I wrote that, so I like it a lot." So we worked it up, and it kind of took on a life of its own, and we've fallen in love with it. So we hope to release this at some point. After we get our solo stuff out after this song. But this is not the duet, but this is that we're pushing, but this is a new one you'll hear just here. It's called I'm Buying. They're like, shut up.
Know that dress.
No, I should have walked out when you walked in. It's too late now, I guess. Say that you miss me.
You kissed me when you said that.
Said you hate being lonely. Baby, what's one more round? I'm buying what you're selling, even though I know you're telling me lies. Looking past another goodbye there in your eyes. I'm sold every time I think of holding you close. Light 'em up, make 'em strong. You know I'm gonna drink 'em on down. Let it burn like a bottle of Crown. Whatever you're drinking, whatever you're thinking, whatever you're saying tonight, baby, I'm buying.
I know those lips, what they can do.
One little taste goes to my veins, hits me harder than 100 proof. So give me what I need until I ain't what you want. But I'll take what
what you're selling, even though I know you're telling me lies. Looking past another goodbye there in your eyes. I'm sold every time I think of holding you close. Holding you close.
Light 'em up, make 'em strong. You know I'm gonna drink 'em all down. Let it burn like a bottle of Crown. Whatever you're drinking, whatever you're thinking, whatever you're saying tonight,
Baby, I'm
buying. Baby, I'm buying. I'm buying.
strong, you know I'm gonna drink 'em
Oh,
all
oh.
down.
Yeah,
Whatever you're drinking, whatever you're thinking, whatever you're saying tonight.
I know you're drinking.
I know that.
No, I should have walked out when you walked in. It's too late now, I guess. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So we kind of like to start with a duet because that's what we're out doing right now. But we also like to play one solo song a piece so you can kind of hear what we sound like when we're not together on the road because we do
this
tour
is her
separately.
kicking me off.
Yeah, so get out of here. So this is the song that I wrote with Lance. It's called "I Got You." And if any of you are married, I see some of you brought spouses, but the wives will love this. The husbands won't want to admit it's them, but they will know that it's them. So this one's called "I Got You." Sometimes you set your mind, dig your heels and jump in blind. That's when I step in, I got you. Sometimes your master plan don't turn out, and when it hits the fan, it's me again. Super glue in hand, I got you. Like June had Johnny and Bonnie had Clyde. Both had a woman sitting by their side, always getting them out of whatever they got themselves into. So you do you, go do your thing. I'll be the woman behind your cape. Even Superman needs Lois Lane, now don't you? And baby, I got you. I see her elbowing you. Sometimes when the tables turn to the rescue, roles reverse, and you're the one telling me I got you. But let's be honest, you're the king of I can do it, wait and see, but every joker needs a queen, and I got you. Like June had Johnny and Bonnie had Clyde. Both had a woman sitting by their side, always getting them out of whatever they got themselves into. So you do you, go do your thing. I'll be the woman behind your cape. Even Superman needs Lois Lane, now don't you? And baby, I got you. Like June had Johnny and Bonnie had Clyde. You got me standing by your side. I got you. Like June had Johnny and Bonnie had Clyde. Both had a woman standing by their side, always getting them out of whatever they got themselves into. So you do you, go do your thing. I'll be the woman behind your cape. Even Superman needs Lois Lane, now don't you? And baby, I got you. I got you. Baby, I got you. Thank you. So we know this guy. His wife thinks that's him. I usually ask the husbands, like, who will admit that that's them? And there's usually like one guy in the audience that's like, I'll take it. That's me. My husband.
Smart man, whoever that is.
My husband will admit it's him. My dad, however, was watching it. We did like a live stream show and from Fame Studios, and my dad was watching it with my husband. And he said, got to the end of it, and my husband said that he goes, hey, Drew, that's all about you. It has nothing to do with me. That is not how it works at my house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what my mom said. She said, okay.
Well, let's see. I don't know how to follow a great girl song like that.
Play another
Unless
girl
I
song.
play a girl song. I'm not a lead player. That's what we got Kyle for. This is one I wrote with a girl named Kelsey Ballerini. If you're gonna hold me like I'm leaving. If you're gonna kiss me like you're leaving. Baby, if you're not your best fit to leaving. If you're gonna love me like you mean it. If you're gonna talk the talk, better walk it. Gonna keep me like you lost it. You're gonna say it, make me believe it. You're gonna love me, boy. Love me like you mean it. Love me like you mean it. If you're gonna love me here at the Wave with all these people. Love me like you mean it.
Yeah. I miss how you usually do, oh, hey. Could you give them just, oh, hey, so they hear you?
Oh, hey. Boy, what? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. He usually gets really into it, and I dig it.
Y'all are like paying attention. Can y'all come to Nashville and teach listeners how to like come in and listen? That's awesome. Normally they're like drinking beer, watching a game, not paying any attention. Y'all are like,
Oh, that happens to you? They always listen to me.
maybe it's a operator malfunction.
I think it's a you thing.
Maybe a me thing. I'm used to playing the tables and chairs. It's all good. Now this is a
I'm
song.
kidding.
This is a song I wrote with my buddy Doug McCormick. We were writing one day when the country was pretty divided, and tends to be that way here a lot lately. But we had this phrase that kept coming back to us: "We're all different, but we're all the same." And so we wanted to incorporate that in there somehow, and we just talked about what we loved about this country, and we put this song together. It's called All American. And it gets high. We'll see how I do. Star-Spangled Band, Bell and Candies, B-twin Harleys, F-150s, tiny farm towns, tall busy cities, all American. Louisville sluggers and Yankee pinstripes, Fenway Park, that Cracker Jack prize. Little League on a Tuesday night. All American. It's learning how to drive on an old John Deere, hanging granddad's dog tags on your rearview mirror. It's a flag flying highway with stars and stripes. All American. It's who we are. It's a town where baby, it's the red, white, and blue running through our veins. We're all different, still the same. All American. 4th of July, backyard barbecue, tossing that football, blue 42. It's a cold Budweiser, bottle rocket shooting, all American. It's a Ferris wheel ride on a West Coast pier. It's a Times Square ball drop pray to God. Some don't believe it, but we all get to choose. Ain't that freedom? It's our way of life. Some died to keep it all American. It's who we are, it's how we're made. It's the red, white, and blue running through our veins. We're all different, still the same. All American, all American. All
You got through it.
Thank you, sir. Whatever this is, I woke up with my throat, and I'm going to try to leave it here
morning.
whenever but I'm going to take it with me for now.
Yeah. All right. Y'all want to hear the duet, the single? Okay, this one's called Anyone Else. Surprisingly, being writers and writing most of our own stuff, we didn't write this one. Greg Bates and Emily Shackleton and Kelly Archer wrote this. And they're all amazing writers and artists. You might have heard Greg Bates. He had some stuff on the radio a couple years ago. So Lance found this song in 2011. You want to tell? Or you want me to?
Yeah, I found it on a comp disc when I was listening to songs down in Nashville that a bunch of publishers put together for me, and I just love listening to music. I heard this song, and I thought, man, if I ever cut a duet, I'm cutting that song. Fast forward a few years, and I was working on some projects of my own, and I needed another song for a session, and I thought, man, I don't have anything written ready, so I'm gonna just throw that song on there, and one of these days I'll find the right female voice for it. And lo and behold, about that same time we started writing, and when she went in the studio to cut I Got You, a song that we wrote that she played just a minute ago, I heard her voice for the first time, like full voice, and I was like, holy crap, there's the voice I need for that song. I wonder if I can talk her into singing on it. So I sent her an email.
I said no.
I said, crazy idea. Would you put the girl part on this?
Yeah. And so at the time, Lance did not have a record deal. He was a great writer in town. He'd already had a #1 hit as a writer, and you're a great writer. But we'd written together, and he put me on the spot. I was like, dadgummit, I liked writing with this guy, and I'm gonna have to tell him no. I'd never heard him sing. And so I put it through my team and was like, hey, what do y'all think about this? And I had listened to some stuff that he had recorded, and I was like, oh, he has a good voice. So, but we ended up cutting it, and it came back, and we didn't know what we were going to do with it. It was just kind of trying it out, and it was just one of those things that was just kind of natural and magical and fell in place. And when you kind of, in life, a few things come along that work out that way, and this was one of them, and you take advantage of it when it does. So we've kind of pushed aside everything on my project. I have an EP coming out July 13th that this is the lead track on. So we led off with this single, and we are over 3 million streams on it, and we have not even released it to radio yet. So we're excited about releasing it to radio and to see what kind of impact radio can have on it as well. And we're kind of over the moon.
Streams to the river.
Yeah, there you go.
Gonna make a wave.
Whoa, coming in strong. There you go.
For my friends
there
here.
You go. There you go. So this one's so whenever we leave here, you should call your local station and let them know how much you love it. We'll play it now. It's Anyone Else.
Easy loving somebody that you can't live without. You can drive me crazy, but somehow, baby, you pull me back around. Even on our worst days when we're fighting just like enemies, no doubt in my mind you're the only one for me. I wouldn't get in my car, drive across town if you were stand in the rain taste your kiss, and you know damn well I wouldn't fight like hell if you were anyone else. If you were anyone else.
Sometimes I hate you, at least I want to, but I just can't stay mad. I love you enough to take off my gloves and just reach out my hand. I've gone far enough to let the dust settle down. Past is all left, I'm always turning back around. I wouldn't get in my car, drive across town if you were anyone else.
I wouldn't stand in the rain, willing to make a fool of myself. No, I wouldn't give in just to taste your kiss, and you know damn well I wouldn't fight like hell if you were anyone else. If you were anyone else. If I could imagine life without you in it and forget that I loved you, then I wouldn't get in my car, drive across town if you were anyone else. I wouldn't stand in the rain, willing to make a fool of myself. No, I wouldn't give in just to taste your kiss, and you know damn well I wouldn't fight like hell if you were anyone else.
If you were anyone else.
If you were anyone else. It ain't always easy loving somebody that you can't live without.
Thank you, guys. That's our show. I forgot a word in there.
Thank y'all so much. Do we have any questions from the audience?
We're going to get some questions here in just a second. Congratulations. Awesome stuff. Y'all sound terrific. Y'all agree they sound pretty darn good here?
Thank you.
Let's go back to that first duet you guys performed. Was that written as a duet? Because, I mean, it sounds like a perfect duet.
It was not written as a duet. We wrote it just as a solo male song, and I've played it out with my band a lot. But they actually, I think what might have happened, the publisher did go in and do a duet version. It was really bad.
It was horrible.
It was like horrible.
But
So
like as a writer, you hear not so great demos a lot, and you just have to like listen to lyric and get over it.
So we got with her band leader one night and worked it up as a duet.
That's how songs sometimes are created, because it's written for a girl, but a guy sings it instead, or vice versa, or a song is written as a solo, and you turn it into a duet.
Absolutely.
Now, your duet, the one we just heard, how long were you sitting on that?
2011 is when I heard it, and I put it in my phone as songs I would cut, and I cut it in 2016.
Wow, that's a long time. No one else had come across that song?
In 2017.
Yeah.
And no one else ever tried to grab that song? Because it's an amazing song.
Glenn Templeton actually cut it and put it
I
on
remember
the
that name.
project,
Okay.
yeah, a while back. But
And it was written, you said, by Greg Bates?
Greg Bates, Emily Shackleton, Kelly Archer.
Greg Bates was
folks.
very, yeah, I love Greg Bates' music. Well, we know we've mentioned before the famous last name. And
Brooks,
Brooks.
Garth Brooks.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And tell us about being a carpenter. What is that like?
Man,
Well,
I work with
what's
in the
funny
wood.
is you're related to your dad is Richard.
Yeah,
your
Dad-
aunt is
the
Karen.
Carpenters.
Wow.
Richard and Karen. My dad's Richard,
really.
my aunt's Karen.
Wow, how about that, ladies and
it's
gentlemen?
not the actual.
It's not
I'm going to
the
make that
actual
clear. It's not the
Carpenter.
actual Carpenter.
But there's
It
a
is the
guy
actual
named
But
Richard.
it is. But Richard and Karen from the actual Carpenters were brother and sister, and
Yeah,
Lance's
mine's an
dad
aunt,
and aunt are brother and
They're
sister.
brother and sister.
Who cares about the
Richard and
details?
Karen.
Just roll
So
with
just
that, man,
stop-
right?
Stop there. Like Richard and Karen.
I love
I know
that.
my way around a hammer and a nail. I'm a carpenter.
There you go. There you go. And, of course, Toby's your dad,
Yeah.
and he's always been your dad as far as we know.
How do you like her now?
How do you like her now? I mean,
Until he disowns me.
what is it like growing up with that as dad? I mean, obviously you didn't see him as superstar, but I mean, he was dad.
I mean, he is super normal for me. I mean, obviously it wasn't weird, but I didn't realize he had a cool job. I thought anybody that could sing could be a singer if they wanted to be, just like some dads were plumbers and some dads were business guys. So until people started treating us differently, we were like oblivious. We were like, oh yeah, my dad sings songs. Doesn't your dad? And then people started like swarming.
Yeah,
him
but
at
not very well.
swarming him at like softball games and basketball games and cheer competitions, and we were like, what is, like, I'd make a home run and I'd be like, well, check it out, and I'd be like, what, is not even watching me? So I joke, like, people now will come up and be like, oh my God, I met your dad, he signed my glove, and I'm like, you're the reason he missed my home. Cool, it's you. But no, it was very normal. My mom, I'm kind of going through it now with, I have a 2-year-old at home and my husband keeps her, so I have no idea how my dad did it without FaceTime. He literally, it was like 10-cent, like, payphones at the time. He would call once a day, and then he'd be gone 6 to 8 weeks at a time. And I'm like, I don't know how he does that did that without FaceTime. So I have a lot of respect for him now that I'm going through it.
Minor footnote: my wife and I, our first date was a Toby Keith concert.
Oh yeah.
Back in 2002, long time ago. But,
Go.
ladies and gentlemen, how about him, huh? Krystal Keith,
you
Lance
all
Carpenter,
very much.
and Kyle on the guitar down
Kyle,
there.
we call him Princess.
Princess.
Yeah.
Why
that's my
not?
name.
So we're going to do some pictures. We'll clear off the stage in just a second so you guys can go relax. We'll
Awesome.
bring up some folks and
Thank
do some
you guys
pictures.
so much. We'll see you
Again,
next
thank
time.
y'all for coming to the Club Braman Performance Theater and watching our next wave of country concert series here. Thank you guys for watching on YouTube as well. And we'll do some pictures here in just a second.
Y'all don't go nowhere now.